Your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
What a fantastic day across central Illinois. Tonight, temperatures really favoring mild as those south winds continue here in Danville. Temperature is 55. The south winds will stay overnight tonight at 15 to 25 miles an hour. That means we're only down into the low 50s out there. Some clouds will move on in. The chance will be there for a shower early in the morning tomorrow with some isolated to widely scattered showers on Wednesday. Thursday, full of heavy rain out there. Then there's a chance for rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even into early next week. We'll time it all out for you and tell you what we're expecting as WCIA 3 News at 10 starts now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Mitigations have lifted for restaurants and businesses, but they've stayed the same for one group of people.
And TikTok isn't just for dancing, how it's also helping two teachers reach their students.
And the future of the Danville Dashers was down to a single meeting tonight. Who's playing under a Danville banner next season?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
It's definitely not easy, but in the end, it's worth it.
That's because they're coming home with a baby, but it's been a lonely process during the pandemic, and they're hoping it changes soon. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. Bars and restaurants are opening up, and more people are hanging out in groups.
But a lot hasn't changed, particularly for pregnant women. Many are still limited to one visitor for prenatal and labor.
WCIA 3's Bryce Beament joins us now. So, Bryce, you spoke with one mom who says it was difficult doing that prenatal care all online.
Yes, since the pandemic, a lot of hospitals have pushed for online prenatal care to limit exposure of COVID-19. One woman says this method was pretty hard.
Well, people can go to the restaurants, they can go out to the bars, but I can't have my mom, my husband, or even my dad go with me.
That's frustrating for some women as they navigate pregnancy appointments almost entirely on their own. In a lot of places, women are still only allowed one support person for labor and prenatal care. That includes OSF, Heart of Mary Medical Center, and Carle Hospital in Urbana. Both are offering telehealth care as another option.
So we give them the option to come to the clinic, or if they wanted to do the conference.
But that could be nerve-wracking for some moms, like Chelsea Melton, who had a miscarriage her last pregnancy.
It was very scary. She was my baby after a miscarriage. So the unknowing of if there was a heartbeat, what was I going to expect? Because I had gone all these weeks without seeing the doctor.
Patients are hopeful that change is on the horizon.
The more people they get vaccinated too, the risk of spread will be less.
In the meantime, OBGYN Dr. Karima Shmila tries her best to not only let moms feel comfortable, but allow families to feel included in the process.
Sometimes I have the patient in a room, and at the same time we have the parents in a FaceTime with us.
Even though it may be difficult, Melton says it's all worth it.
The hospital at the end of the day is just trying to keep the little ones safe and healthy, and they're doing the best that they can by only allowing one person.
OSF said if we continue moving phases and more people become vaccinated, the rule may change in the future. In the newsroom, I'm Bryce Beament, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Bryce, thank you. Looking at today's coronavirus numbers, the state is reporting 1,500 new cases. Another 16 people have died, including 3 men from Champaign County. The positivity rate has gone down a bit. It's now at 2.7%. When it comes to hospitalization rates, Region 6, the area in yellow on that map, is trending in the right direction. The number of ICU beds in use there is at 48%, the lowest in the state. Region 3, the area in red, is at 67%.
This traffic stop right here ended in the arrest of a man. Police say shot and killed a 20-year-old. We first showed you this video. 25-year-old Tarico Gary's arrest last month. Police later found text messages on his phone from the night Jalen Cummings was shot to death in his car, including one that said, quote, "Hit made, pick up." Police say Cummings and 2 Southside gang members were picking up a stash of guns on December 22nd at a house near Leafland and Church. While Cummings waited in the car, police say Gary and another person started chasing the Southsiders. Cummings was killed. Gary faces a charge of first-degree murder. New at 10, a former youth minister in Decatur pleaded not guilty to sexual abuse charges. 36-year-old Brandon Tovar was arrested in October for grooming. Police say his daughter and her friend were concerned he was having sex with one of their 12-year-old friends. It would be rape. The daughter told police she found sexual messages between the two of them.
Several fire departments responded to a field fire this afternoon. This happened in southeast Urbana near Philo and Curtis. Urbana firefighters say a tractor caught fire, then the flames spread to the field around it. No word at this time if anyone was hurt. And here's an update to a fire that destroyed a vacant house last night. This is being investigated as arson. The fire chief says there were no utilities connected at that home, and the department is still trying to contact the property owner. The chief says the investigation is officially closed unless someone comes forward. One person was hurt after police say they drove into a house tonight in Champaign. This happened on Carver Drive near Bethune Court. The house had some damage from the impact. No word on what caused the crash or if that driver was ticketed.
Here's an update out of Coles County. A man who just helped file a lawsuit against the county board is angry about property taxes. Tonight, he brought those concerns to them. James DeNastro is with the Concerned Taxpayers Group. He told board members landlords need help with property taxes. He says since tenants were not evicted during the COVID pandemic, some didn't pay rent. That's put landlords in a bind. He's asked the board to help those who may be struggling to pay their property taxes.
They shut you down, they ask for the tax, and there's no exception. But there's an exception for tenants, but not for landlords.
The board didn't respond to his public comment at the meeting. If you're interested in learning more about that recently filed lawsuit, those details are on our website. And changes are coming to the way the city of Watsika sends thousands of dollars to its fire department. Chief Tim Ketchum told council tonight the city is not in compliance with state law. Each city, town, or village with a fire department is supposed to have a fire board that decides how to spend money collected by the state thanks to its foreign fire tax. Essentially, a fee is charged to out-of-state insurance companies that insure fire departments in Illinois. The money is collected by the state, which is then sent to the Illinois Municipal League before it's given to those fire boards.
The city has been receiving these funds, and they have been passing them on to us within our budget and general fund information. We're just, with the changes or whenever it was done, it was brought to my attention that we're not actually processing it the right way.
The chief says he's been working with the city attorney to get the correct process in place, and he and his deputy chief are organizing that fire board. Ketchum expects to have more information about the issue for council at its meeting next month.
It's easy to start scrolling on social media. It's much harder to stop, especially when the app starts to figure out what you want to see.
You like video games, they're going to start showing you video games. You like sports, they're going to start showing you sport.
And if you like math, one app will show you equations, which is what two teachers in central Illinois are betting on. Teachers will do just about anything to help kids learn. And in this case, it means hopping down a hallway to make a TikTok. The final product looks like this. Danielle Murchison and Ileana Lopez teach at Jefferson Middle School in Champaign. Working during the pandemic has meant spending a lot of time alone in the classroom. So they came up with a new way to engage with students, and it means taking a chance on social media.
Kids are on TikTok all day, and so if they can use those popular songs and dances and trends to learn math, I mean, why not? It's fun for us, and if school's not fun for us, then it's not fun for them.
The pair posts videos about math equations, like this one.
Dividing fractions. Keep it, change it, flip it.
Other videos show the rules students have to follow while in the building.
Wipe it down. It blew my mind because I would have never thought they would make TikToks.
Students who watch their videos spend hours on the app. They know it well and say it's a great tool, not just for their current classmates, but future students too.
I think it's important because the videos are mainly aimed at our grade level and like students who are coming in that grade level the next year, so they kind of get an experience of what they're going to learn that next year.
In a year that's been this pandemic, you know, we haven't had the best ways to build relationships with students in person. And so through social media was how we were building relationships.
They're super involved in it. They want me to go viral.
And even if they don't go viral, Murchison and Lopez know they're making a difference because they're branching out to a place teachers in the past never could, and they have no plans of turning back.
The idea is that if this is where students are, like,
it's up to teachers to kind of grow with that. And teaching is constantly changing. Like the way that we teach, the way we convey messages, the way that we get students to understand, it is evolving always. And I think as long as you establish that comfortability in those relationships, that's the only way that you can grow and be a stronger teacher.
If you want to, or your student wants to check out those videos again, you can go to WCIA.com after the newscast.
Last year, U of I students couldn't walk for graduation because of COVID. This year, they will, and last year's graduates, they can join too. In a mass mail to students, Chancellor Robert Jones says there will be an in-person private stage crossing specific to each college, as well as a virtual celebration. Graduates will be able to sign up for a 15-minute window and bring 2 guests with them on stage. One student says it's just the return to normal students on campus need.
I kind of thought that it was going to be the same way for me, but now that I realize that there actually is going to be an in-person graduation, I'm really happy.
Those stage crossings will take place from May 10th to the 17th. And both high schools in Champaign will be getting graduation ceremonies this year. The district announced Central and Centennial will have theirs on the same day, May 25th, at Tommy Stewart Field at Centennial High School.
It's a first in nearly 15 years. What news 2 Illini basketball players got today?
Plus, Palmer Arena's been home of the Danville Dashers. We'll tell you how much longer that will last.
Jacob, we're just waiting for some rain to roll in.
Yes, we'll get the first chance tomorrow, but the heaviest rain looks to come on Thursday. It's going to be a wet day. You're going to try some dancing for us. Video.
I can't replicate that. They're too good.
Yeah, you're right. I think the song would be Umbrella by Rihanna, because we'll need those umbrellas.
There you go.
The problem is that not only with the rain, we've got some wind coming too. It's part of this big storm system organizing over the Great Plains tonight. We'll talk more about some scattered showers tomorrow, the heavy rain on Thursday, and what the weekend brings as we come back after this.